Hi, this is Moogs, and welcome back to Should You Buy. Today we're looking at... I suppose I should actually probably rename this, shouldn't I? Because it's not Should You Buy, because this game is free. So I guess we're looking at Should You Spend Your Bandwidth. This is Builders of Egypt. It is free on Steam. It is a prologue, and it is also early access. So... there is currently no save function as of yet, so I have started this level 3 times because it took me 2 tries to kind of figure out what the hell was going on. If you're looking for something like Age of Empires, so far this is not that. I have encountered no kind of combat, but this is the first level of the tutorial, so it's probably not going to have like crazy combat and stuff, because it is actually fairly complicated in terms of trading and resources, which I will try and explain to you. Alright, sorry, this finished loading. I was just sitting here staring at it, waiting for it to finish. It does try to be quite, like, historically accurate. I feel like this is a different map to what I had last time. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm just really zoomed out. So it seems fairly simple. In the tutorial, it only wants you to build in specific places for this part of the tutorial anyway, so it's basically, this is showing you how to build a road. And I don't know if you'll notice that, but up the top there, where my resources are, this is actually costing me bread, not dirt or whatever, because bread is the only resource you trade in so far in this game. Having a bit of trouble because it won't let me move around. You can only build your houses in really specific places at this point as well, and it's just basically going to go through and explain to you. You can demolish stuff, it'll give you your bread back. Roads built of bread. It wants me to have a firehouse. Then it wants me to build a well. I'm skipping through it a little bit because I was kind of hoping I could show you the town I already had, but apparently I cannot, so I'm just kind of stockpiles for trading and whatnot. Brick maker obviously makes bricks. I'm going to put that to sleep for now because I need my workers to work elsewhere. Yep, okay, I get it. So this is like your message screen. You press on the magnifying glass and it shows you the things. Here's where all the people are coming from. I need a little fishy hut, I remember from last time, and I'll also need some farming. Ooh, no, not that, because in order to make bricks you need to have straw, and I learnt the hard way in one of my previous games. So these things all need workers, that's what we're waiting on. And then if you go out into the regional map, you can trade with other towns and villages. This is the only one you can trade with on this level. So great, and they want to buy bricks, so I'm going to export bricks to them as soon as I can. Currently I'm going to export bread to them because otherwise you lose your bread real quickly, and they pay you in bread obviously. So they need access to, what was it? They want a granary, and they need access to a bazaar. I'm going to build it over there. And that means that they can have access to food. So this gives them access to water, that gives them access to food. I don't remember what it stops fires, I guess. I haven't seen a fire yet, so maybe it's really exciting, I'm not sure. And then I'm just going to build this down here like that so that everything connects nicely. Last time I did build a path all the way over to here, but I'm not going to do that this time because stuff them. I also made the mistake of building down here last time, and I'm not going to do that again because they need access to water to be able to upgrade their dwellings. and the wells obviously need to be near a river. So, oops, that was a bit of a fuck up on my part there. I'm going to build these people a well. Ugh. It seems like there's weirdly specific places you can build everything. Like I can only build my farms in this bit up here. And as I'm just going to put this on super speed, as you'll see, this bit floods. So I'm assuming that's why. I'm assuming that that's because here it floods, so it gets the water required to grow the farms. I'd prefer it if it had like recommended an area and you could choose to do it there or not, but you know, it's not the end of the world. So you pay all your staff in bread. Yeah, see? There you go. Underwater. But the water comes all the way down to here, and you can only build as far as here in terms of farms, which is why I kind of prefer that you could... I don't know. I'm probably nitpicking. Like I said, this is early access. There are some features that aren't even in the game yet, like this. I don't know what that is. It's got no tooltip, so that's people that don't have jobs. People that live there, people that work, etc, etc. This is mostly the first level as far as I've found, so you've got to try and get to a point where you have these things, except you only have to make 5,000 bricks and pottery. You don't need to have those in your warehouse at the time of completing the level. You need to have the bread, however. And the dwellers, obviously, because you can't just trade those away. So it's more about the production process for this particular level than it is about the thing. So the farms will give you straw, and now that I have straw, I can start making bricks, because that takes clay. And now I'm going to... so many different menus you have to go into to do all this stuff. I'm going to stop exporting clay so I can build as many bricks as possible, because obviously I need to build that. I need to make 5,000 bricks to finish the level. I need 12,000 bread. I've got no idea how I'm going to do that. My first run through I ended up... excuse me. I ended up at minus 2,000 bread, so I just gave up on that and restarted. My second playthrough I was definitely doing better. But so it's got like these 8 squares where it wants you to build the farms. It's probably easier if I just show you. See, like that? But if you build them there and there, you can't build a path up here. And if they don't have a path, they can't access the farm to work it. So you actually kind of have to do what I did and build it slightly outside where it wants you to put them. I don't know if that affects how good the farm is or not, but that's just what I figured out you have to do. I think I need more fisheries, but once again, not really sure. I'm kind of just guessing my way through this game at this point. I don't think all the tooltips are quite there. I found the tutorial a bit difficult to get through because it just basically was a wall of text up in the top corner. And I don't have that kind of attention span. If you've ever met me in real life, you know that. If you haven't met me in real life, then you're probably lucky. Okay, so there's not enough workers for the bazaar. No workers at all in there. I've only got dwellers. And then this is the point where I keep getting to in this level, where I basically just sit back and wait, which is not my favourite way to play games, because I like to feel like there's something I can always kind of be doing. It's not terrible. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with the game itself. It's just... like, a lot of my stream is just me sitting here staring at the screen and then occasionally opening menus because I get bored of staring at the screen. This has to do with the number of settlers you have, I believe, so don't ever get this and think that you've done something amazing, because all you've done is build a bunch of houses. Well done, you. And we're waiting. I seem to have plenty of fish, so that's pretty good. I'm trying to grow my population slightly slower this time, because I think I built my population too quickly, and that obviously the more workers you have, the more bread you're paying out. So I was paying like 600 bread every pay cycle, and it's pretty easy getting the minuses that way because these people don't really spend like 150. It doesn't even cover the wage I have at the moment, which isn't that high. This is the point where I normally build a second brick maker to try and really get those bricks pumping through. And I would also normally build a pottery hut thing, except that nobody actually wants to trade those, so they will just sit in your warehouse unless you, sometimes the other villagers give you missions. So unless one of them gives you a mission saying, I need lots of pottery, you end up just with this warehouse full of pottery, and I don't appreciate it much. I don't want it to just sit there. I don't want to waste clay building the pottery at this point in the game where I kind of need the bread more than I need the finishing the level thing. I also found this, so you can build them like nice plazas, and you can build them a shrine and this nice decorative palm. I don't know what kind of impact this has, if it really makes that much of a difference, if that's something for later on. Like maybe that's going to be more of a requirement for whatever this is. I'm not sure, but it's a little bit of fun. Okay, so now we're getting at the point where we've got more bricks than clay. So this is where you build your second clay pit, which have to go in this area or over here. Except you can't build over there because there's red lines. No, I'm assuming it means that it's too steep or something. That's more or less it. You can click on your individual villages to see how they're feeling about things. See, now I'm starting to get into 300 bread town. Still got plenty of this. I don't really have a lot of wheat, so you can always build some more of your little farms. Oops. But yeah, that's more or less the game at this point on this level. I am having fun with it, but I find the waiting quite extreme. So because I know that it's going to take forever to get to 12,000 bread, I don't know if I have the patience at this point to sit here and wait for that to happen. Because as it is the first level, there's not really that many things I can build. So once I've built all the things I can build, is that it? Is the rest of this level just going to be sitting here and waiting? Which I can't do. I really can't. I need something more to do. So we're kind of breaking even. We're not even really making that much bread at the moment. Maybe more trade routes unlock later. I'm not sure. I haven't played through far enough. But for me, yes, this game's a bit of fun. I think it definitely needs a bit of tweaking. I think they need to look at the pace of it, because at the start it's very much, look at all these things you've got to do and build, and then once you get to this point it's just waiting. So definitely not a bad game. I'm definitely curious to see where it goes, and I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to keep watching it. I'll try and post an update video if anything substantial happens, but at this point this is probably as far as I'll take it. Like I said, it is free, so if you've got plenty of time on your hands, which plenty of people do at the moment being in quarantine, then maybe it's worth looking at for you. It's just, for me, it feels a bit lacking. So I've been Moogs. This has been Builders of Egypt. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.